Alright, so, let me explain now. I have to do a hour-long video, which is, always fun. So this is for, during the month of November. A couple friends and I agreed to make a bet for some of the November activities, and let's just say I lost. So now I will be making 4 video punishments. Now the first one is from my good buddy, the Iron Cosmo. Now he asked me to do a hour-long American special. So today we're going to fill an hour with a whole bunch of American stuff. So if anybody actually watches this other than the Iron Cosmo, thank you. Just let me put on my timer. Okay, so we're gonna do an hour, and it'll be starting now. And starting now. Alright, so we got our first hour, and I thought about spending it by discussing all 50 states. So I know I'm a bad American, I don't know all 50 states. Yes, so we're going to go through the line in alphabetical order from the Wikipedia page. Perfect. Alright, so we start with Alabama. Alabama is most known for the play in the Civil War. Alaska, they're known for being Canada. Arizona, they're known for being Little Australia. Arkansas, I don't know. California, known for being the most liberal state in the states. Colorado, they got weed. Kentucky, don't know anything. Delaware, don't know. Florida has a high crime rate, and the funny thing about Florida having a high crime rate, it is also huge for retirement. It means people are retiring but also having to worry about excessive crime. It is very interesting. Georgia is known mostly for people being called George there. Hawaii, they're known for being Mexico. Idaho, I think they got potatoes. I may be wrong. Illinois, they got Chicago. You know what Chicago is? Full of crime. They also have such great people such as CM Punk. Also home of the Chicago Cubs, which I'm named after. Player. Indiana, I don't know. Iowa, I don't know. Kansas. The Wizard of Oz. Kansas is most known for the Wizard of Oz. Connecticut. I'm sorry. Connecticut. No. Okay. Now we're on Kentucky. Louisiana. Anybody see the show Duck Dynasty? That's what they're known for. Maine. I don't know what Maine's known for. Michigan. Another one. Minnesota. That has a funny name. Mississippi. They're known for the river. Missouri. Possibly known for the fact that people there are in misery. I thought a lot about Montana. Montana has bears and mountains. That's what they're known for, bears and mountains. Nebraska. Nebraska has tornadoes. Nevada. I'm not sure. New Hampshire. Maybe they have a lot of hamsters. New Jersey. There's no such thing as Old Jersey. New Mexico. Okay, well they had aliens and illegals, so a lot of aliens. New York. New York is Big Apple, Broadway musicals. North Carolina. They also have tornadoes. North Dakota. Well, there's no South. Oh, okay. It's not. It's like South Dakota. Ohio. They brought us such great people as Logan and Jake Paul. Oklahoma. I don't know much about Oklahoma. Oregon. They have the Ducks. Pennsylvania. In Bitterglass, the show that we are doing takes place in Pennsylvania. Rhode Island. Family Guy. South Carolina. I don't know. South Dakota. Just like North Dakota. Tennessee. I almost moved to Tennessee. And Texas. Texas is known mostly where I live. I live in Texas. Also, Sheldon Cooper from the hit show Young Big Bang Theory lived in Texas. Okay, Utah. I don't know. Vermont. I think it's bad to say. I don't know what that is. Virginia. Virginia has whiskey. Washington, named after our first president, George Washington. West Virginia. Wisconsin. I've heard it. Wisconsin. What is Wisconsin? I think they have bananas. Wyoming. I don't know about Wyoming. All right. Well, that wasted. We still have a lot more time. Let's go on to read all the presidents. All presidents. Yo.
I'm getting Taco Bell. Do you want something?
I don't know what Taco Bell has.
They have food.
Okay, well, I know Taco Bell has food, but like, is there anything new from Taco Bell?
I don't know.
Oh, let me look it up. I'll text you.
Text me.
Yeah. Alright, back to this. Alright, U.S. President. Yeah, I'm not editing that out. Heck no, I gotta waste time somehow. Alright, list of presidents in the United States. Except I might pause it just to eat. That might be like the only time I pause. Alright. Alright. First president of the United States, George Washington. What party was he from? Oh, he did not have a party. Huh. Interesting. John Adams. John Adams was part of the Whig Party. Now we go on to Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was a Democrat. A Democratic Republican. James Madison is the fifth. He was also a Democratic Republican. Wait, where's 6 at? See, it goes James Madison, James Monroe. I don't know. I'm a bad American. I don't know how the presidents go. At like one point I really did try to like memorize all the presidents and all the states, but my memory's not too good. So yeah, he was a Democratic Republican. John Quincy Adams, Democratic Republican. Andrew Jackson, he was just a Democrat. Martin Van Buren, he was also a Democrat. William Henry Harrison, he was a Whig. John Tyler, he was a Whig. James K. Polk, he was a Democrat. I'm just going off the Wikipedia page. To be honest, I may not even edit this at all. I most likely won't, except for maybe putting the clips together, but that's about it. Other than that, I don't want to. I hate this so much. This video is gonna suck. But you wanted it, Cosmo. That's what you get. My room's a mess, by the way. And that's why you get this such a flattering angle of some wires, a calendar, a marble poster. By the way, R.I.P. Stan Lee. He was actually very important to the American society. Did you know that he grew up in the Great Depression? If the Great Depression happened in America and it wasn't stopped until a little bit during World War II, actually. The ending of World War II helped us economically so much that we were able to get out of the Great Depression with the help of World War II. Who are we at? Zachary Taylor. Oh, he was a Whig. Millard Fillmore. Now, the interesting fact of Millard Fillmore is he's considered one of the worst presidents. He was a Whig. Franklin Pierce. I don't know what he did, but he was a Democrat. James Buchanan. He was a Democrat. Now we move on to Abraham Lincoln. Did you know? Now I know some modern day folks out there are gonna know this, but the thing is, did you know that the KKK was actually founded by the Democratic Party? And yeah, I don't know when the big switch happened. It was very yeah, but like racism was very prominent in the Democratic Party, and what you will find now is that people mistake that all the time. Actually, because Abraham Lincoln was part of the Republican Party. Yes, he was a Republican. Now I remember my art teacher, who's also my history teacher, was talking about how Abraham Lincoln was a libertarian. No. And I told her straight up, I was like, no, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Let me borrow my phone. I have evidence for you. She told me to sit down, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Though I do know what I'm talking about. Then we move on to Andrew Johnson. He was also part of the Republican Party, and then a Democrat. Ulysses S. Grant. They should call him useless. Just kidding, he really wasn't. He was also a Republican. And I'm not just saying that because he's a Republican. Rutherford B. Hayes. He has a pretty sick beard. That's what I like about him. You guys see right there? Look at his beard. Look at that beard, guys. That's what he should be most known for. His beard. He was also a Republican. Garfield, James A. Garfield. He was also a Republican. I don't know if there's any relation between Garfield the cat and Garfield the president. Chester A. Arthur. I don't know if there's any relation to Chester the cheetah and Chester A. Arthur. Now we go to Grover Cleveland. Now Grover Cleveland is also considered one of the worst presidents. He was a Democrat. Benjamin Harrison, he was a Republican. And according to this, he only lived to 67, which is kind of sad. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these guys don't live too long. Governor Grover Cleveland, he was a Democrat. Oh, poor William McKinley, he only lived to 58. He was a Republican. Theodore Roosevelt, he had asthma, but he loved to hunt. And do you know why we have teddy bears? Because of him. Now, I think with that, I think we could finally start putting American things that I have in my room here. Now, I do believe I have a teddy bear. See? have a white teddy bear right here. This will be for Mr. Theodore Roosevelt. Now, William Howard Taft. He only lived to 72. He was a Republican. Can you guys see everything? Okay. I don't know. Now, William Howard Taft. I think I already said him. Okay. Now we're moving on to Woodrow Wilson. Now this guy looked like Dracula. You know the vampire. Have you guys seen the new movie Hotel Transylvania 3? I'm also part of it, but it has Adam Sandler and he says blah blah blah. You guys know what I'm talking about? Cool. Cool. I think I'm gonna turn over so I can look at the bear sort of into frame. Hey there, bear friend. Warren G. Gardner. He was part of the Republican Party. Now, surprisingly, did you know that the United States actually started off as communist? And the reason why we are capitalists is because they found out that communism, there's no purpose to work. And that's why we have such a great society as a capitalist. And by the way, my mother just arrived home. Alright, then we get to Calvin Coolidge. I knew a guy named, the last name Coolidge. He was a Republican. Not the Calvin guy I knew. You could probably find him in one of my older videos. He probably called me a not nice word. Herbert Hoover, he was a Republican. Franklin D. Roosevelt, this is the first picture in color. You guys see that? Look at that. Beautiful in all its color. He was part of the Democratic Party. Now we're going to see a big line of Democrats coming in. Harry S. Truman, based on the Truman Show. He was a Democrat. And now Dwight D. Eisenhower. I don't think he did anything. Wait. He was one of the people that started actually, I guess, showing out to more southern states. And that's why it's recognizably that hillbillies are Republicans. It's thanks to Dwight D. Eisenhower. Now we go to Big JFK. Now everybody knows who JFK is. I don't need to go on him. He got shot in the head. He was a Democrat. Lyndon B. Johnson, he was also a Democrat. John Kennedy is actually loved by most Americans because of his neutral politics and him just being a moral guy. See, morals will stump, I guess, party any day. Now we move on to Richard Nixon. I believe he resigned. He had stuff to do with the Cold War. I don't want to get into it. Gerald Ford. I don't know what he did. Jimmy Carter. He was the reason why Ronald Reagan got elected. Now, Ronald Reagan, considered to be the greatest president to most Republicans. You can see him in all his glory right there. He was Republican. Okay, this would be a bit sad since he just recently died. R.I.P. George H.W. Bush. I'll see if I can find his letter to Bill Clinton, but it's just a sweet letter, and he was a Republican, yeah. Great guy all around. Bill Clinton, I'm glad his wife wasn't president, and his wife was a bit cuckoo. Bill Clinton, I think he had to resign, or he was impeached because he was, let's just say, Cosby wasn't the only bad Bill. Hi, now we go to George W. Bush. You guys didn't know, George W. Bush, he was the one who kept America strong after 9/11. Barack Obama, considered by the Democrats to be the best president, and considered to be by me, he sort of tried to help, but he didn't help too much. Smart politician, I ain't gonna deny them that, he was a Democrat. Now we have the most controversial president of all time, Donald J. Trump. Now, of course, I would love to get into politics, but I don't want YouTube to snipe me. So if anybody wants me to start a politics channel, I'll debate people. Like, let's be honest. If you guys want to debate me, go ahead. I'll debate you guys in the comments. You want to talk about politics? I love politics. So if you guys ever want to, like, have me on, like, a political show, because I mean, like, my dream guest on it, if I ever had a podcast, I would like to talk to Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Rush Limbaugh, Don Lemon from CNN, and just, I don't know, I just want to do political stuff, but I'll probably have to start a different channel for that. Because of the comedy and politics I don't make, so I like to keep them separate. So, now, we're going to read ourselves the Bill of Rights, because I'm running out of things to do, and I have 40 minutes left. I'm gonna lie, this is kind of fun. But that's because I love talking about my country. I don't understand how people can say that they don't like this country. This country is great. Why do people try to immigrate here if it sounds so great? It's just like Milo Yiannopoulos and what's his name said that this country is so great. This is the only country where you will see a Canadian immigrant and a British tourist talk about how great a place is. So I'm saying America is great. I don't know why people dislike America. Now, of course, I may have some European viewers, and your countries look lovely, but you do gotta admit, America has the most freedoms because you guys get arrested for little offensive jokes. Talking about the Count Dankula situation, Count Dankula and his situation with the Nazi dog. Personally, I didn't think it was that funny, but that's just me. I don't think he deserved to get arrested. And of course you may see, well, you guys have the most liberal place in the world. That is not true. The entire government of France is feminist. No, it's Sweden. I'm sorry, France. I didn't mean to insult you. Not that there's anything wrong with feminist. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to turn this political. I would love to, but I don't want to get this channel sniped. And if you guys do want a politics channel, though most people won't take me seriously because I'm only 15. Except I do have the experience of political debate. I take debate in school. And, let me give you a little hint, boys. I'm actually not too bad. Alright, anyways. So, let's read ourselves the Bill of Rights. The reason why I wanted to read this is because it's great to learn. Also, it kills time, which is always a great thing. I actually already have the Bill of Rights downloaded on my phone. If you guys didn't know, I'm kind of a history nut, and I love political debates. Alright. On September 25th, 1789, Congress transmitted the State of Legislation's 12 proposed amendments to the Constitution. Numbers 3 through 12 were adopted by the states to become the United States Bill of Rights. James Madison proposed the U.S. Bill of Rights as largely responded to the Constitution's influential options, including opponent founding fathers who argued that the Constitution should be ratified because it failed to protect basic principles of human liberty. The U.S. Bill of Rights was influenced by George Manson's 76's Virginia Declaration of Rights, the 1689 English Bill of Rights, Works of Age, Enlightenment, Natural Rights, and earlier English political documents such as Magna Carta. 2 additional articles were proposed by the states. Only the first final 10 articles were ratified quickly. We composed the first, the 10th Amendment in the Constitution. The first article declared the number of Congress to increase the salaries of members were ratified, and later the 27th Amendment, though that is used today for reasons that have long before the 27th Amendment was ratified. The term Bill of Rights in modern U.S. Usage means only 10 amendments ratified in 1791. The United States Bill of Rights plays a central role in American law and government. It remains fundamental a symbol of freedom and culture in the nation. Very important. One of the original 14 copies of the U.S. Bill of Rights is on public display at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. I want to go there. I love this. This is like, I don't know, I hated this at first, but now I love talking about my country. Alright, Amendment 1, freedom of religion, freedom of speech and the press, right to assembly and petition. Okay, I'm going to go on a little rant about this. Alex Jones, when they banned him, I'm so upset. You know what's great? InfoWars is back on the Google Play Store. Why is that great? Because it's freedom of speech. He has the right to talk about crazy conspiracies. It's not hate speech, okay? Hate speech is not as... hate speech is when you're going around saying the N-word at people and burning crosses. Saying that Obama smells like sulfur because he's a demon is not hate speech. Now, of course, he said some controversial stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't say those things, but I ain't him. Anyways, Yes, I hate that. Now another thing, you know what I call religious prosecution? The death of Merry Christmas. Now of course, I get it. Some people don't celebrate Christmas, but 90% of Americans do. And guess what? You know what some of the most popular Christmas songs are? Written by Jewish Americans. That's what I'm saying. Okay, right to bear arms. I love this amendment. Because, you know why we have this amendment? I hate people trying to get rid of it. Because, alright, because we are the militia. Let me actually read it out for you guys. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay? That gives us the right to bear arms. And you know what? Since it's on there, let me get a gun for you guys. Sure, it may not be real, but I'm gonna put Boba Fett's rifle on here. Okay? I'm just gonna be going right next to the teddy bear. Okay? Right to bear arms. Okay? We do have the right to bear arms. I'm in the way, aren't I? Alright, housing of soldiers. This is interesting. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Now, here's what I'm saying. Okay? If a soldier wants to come stay at my house, I'll let you stay at my house. But that's just because I thank you guys so much for your service. But that doesn't mean you go barge in anybody's house. Okay? In some places, such as the Romans, back in the biblical times, before and after Christ, but before the Dark Ages, I believe what it was. Because the Dark Ages came next. So yes, during that time, if a Roman soldier needed a place to rest, he could kick down your door and say, "Hey, I'm gonna sleep in your bed." Well, here in the States, you can't do that. Search and arrest warrants. This is a very big one, okay? So this means that you can't come barging in while I'm doing my livelihood and ruin everything just because you suspect that I have some drugs. And if I have some drugs, because I'm such a great American citizen, I'll give them up, okay? But some people won't, okay? And those people, you have to get a search warrant, okay? Because guess what? The police don't work. The police aren't the government. The police work for the people. The police are here to protect us, not hinder us.